Kevin, a hugely unexpected scoreline this evening. I mean, it's certainly the result that you would have been aiming for, a victory over Bedford Town. But I don't imagine in your wildest dreams you thought a 6-2 victory was incoming. And particularly given some of the challenges you've had around being able to, well, you've not been able to name a full bench tonight at just three substitutes. But yeah, what are your feelings after that one?
Yeah, delighted with the result. It's fantastic to score the goals that we did. That's the most important thing is getting the result. You think of the disappointment of Saturday going in against the team that's top of the league, and then only being able to muster 14 players is really disappointing. I feel that there's a player in there that's let me down, and I'm disappointed with that. But look, that's where it is. The lads that have gone out there showed real courage with being down to the bare bones like we are, and kind of frustrating that I've had no time to manoeuvre it around. But look, credit to the boys. They've again been rocked back and found some really good moments and some good goals. And it's nice to win in the manner that we do. But we're going to need to do a whole lot better on Saturday against Harborough to overcome them. There's moments in there that. Like the two goals are just for me still really disappointing, and that they may be papering over some cracks there, and then maybe the results papering over some cracks, which I think it probably is. Like I say, I don't want to be downbeat about that because you can only beat what's in front of you in the manner that you do. But I wouldn't be happy conceding the two goals that we have. Clearly, Bedford won't be happy in the way that they've conceded some of the goals and will expect to do better. But against sides that are going to be really tight at the back, it's not going to be so easy. And like I say, I hope you've got a reasonable understanding about what it needs to be successful. And again, overall, it needs to be better, believe it or not, than we saw tonight.
Sure. I mean, you're right in that if you looked at the table before tonight, and if you look at it even now, Bedford, despite their placement in the league, and they were top going into today, not a great defensive record, not dissimilar to your own team actually, in that the goals for and against column there's not an awful lot in it. So I suppose that did point to a potential weakness in their side, something you could exploit, and well, you did so pretty ruthlessly when the goals started going in.
Yeah, I suppose you can put that angle on it, but like I say, we can't concede those soft goals that we have again, and it's it's my job to have to do something about it. And I don't want to be carried away with that. Like I say, Harborough will ask us far more questions. I think there's a strong possibility they'll defend a whole lot more stoutly than Bedford had tonight. With the greatest respect, they've put some new players in and mixed their ranks around a little bit. So yeah, let's not get ahead of it. Let's enjoy tonight. The result, it's great, but as I say, as a group, we're going to need to do better on Saturday than that to make sure we come through the game.
Sure. I suppose one aspect of that tonight would be that the number of times you and I have spoken, and you've spoken about periods in games where there's been the opportunity to move the game away from the opposition and it's not been taken. You couldn't say that tonight. And I think that spell just before the end of the first half was devastating, really.
Yeah, without a doubt. And, when you boil it down and you look at why that's the case, you've got Steno who's in fantastic form and found two really big moments for us, albeit, he's been ably supported and players around it have complemented to allow that to happen. But then, Jordan's delivery for the two headed goals, Orin and Jimmy's goals, is absolutely, they're almost, that's almost unplayable balls that he's putting into the box. So, these are small moments that Crano's capable of and Steno's capable of. The bits that happen around it that need to be better and more improved need to be exactly that. You can't gift opposition, like I say, soft goals and keep thinking you're going to drag your way into it, because teams will be more stubborn against us, as you quite rightly point out. Bedford have scored a lot of goals, but equally they've, conceded a lot of goals. And it isn't, I don't think that, the balance is because we're open and free flowing that we allow ourselves or the opposition moments and chances against us. I think they're highly defendable and moments that we really should be, stopping.
Sure. And with Harborough Town coming up and then Biggleswade here, we've spoken about making the home a good place to be. You've started that well this evening. That period, but they're not all going to be like that, are you? I suppose that's the point you're making.
Yeah.
Is that, in a sense, tonight, in terms of in front of goal, almost everything went right. I mean, dare I say, it probably could have been more.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get games like that on every occasion. It's a bit of a freak game, and you've got to not stray away from those fundamentals.
No, that's right. And, when we've had to overcome Stanford, it took till late in the game for us to do exactly that and keep putting the squeeze on them. Hales Owen here was a close game. I think they might have had a moment or two against us. We've had moments that we should finish against them. And strange as it may sound, although it's on a different surface to Alvechurch on Saturday, we've had chances and moments there. We've scored I've seen the picture of the goal that actually, I'm convinced it's crossed the line where Jimmy's hit it off the bar. That could have seen us 2 goals to the good. We defended poorly at certain moments in that game, either side of half time, and then not taking the moments and chances. Their goalkeepers pulled off 2 fantastic saves, and being able to come through games like that on a totally different surface and a far different set of challenges that we face on the day, we could have come through that Saturday, and we didn't. And again, we've made mistakes Saturday, we've made mistakes there tonight, and you can't keep making mistakes like we do. I think you're going to be right at the sharp end of it and finish at the sharp end of it.
Sure. Just seek some clarification from you on Jakub Krasinski. He's one of the players who's missing from the squad this evening. I gather he's gone back to Mansfield. Don't know if that's, strictly speaking, what we would class as being recalled, or there's an injury issue there, I gather.
He's had obviously an issue with his knee, which is why he's not been around so much. And obviously he's come in and played. He's still not totally comfortable on it. And it was only late today that their medical team, wanted to withdraw him from football for the foreseeable future. And that makes sense, for us financially, rather than have to continue to pay him, that he goes back to them until he's fully fit and able to play. He's had 1 or 2 injury issues in the past, and they're a little bit mindful of what's going on at the moment and want to get him straight. And, we understand that and have to respect that. It's not ideal, the timing and what have you, for me, because it only happened late today, and if he'd have been available, he'd have been starting the game. So it's a bit frustrating from my perspective. And like I said to the lads in there, I need players that are going to roll their sleeves up. We only had 14 available to us tonight, and it was great evidence of that tonight. People did go up there and work really hard and come up with some really big moments, and were really committed to the cause. And that's really pleasing. Albeit, it would have felt nicer if we had a bit more depth about the group, and being able to make 1 or 2 more changes, just to keep things fresh and what have you, and have 1 or 2 more options on the bench. Losing Ricardo when we have is not ideal. Ellis has come in there and been fantastic over the last couple of games and done really well, and again tonight. It's a there's a lot going on, and just trying to nail it down and bring that little bit of consistency and togetherness is obviously where we're working towards, and hopefully we can regroup on Thursday to prepare for obviously a massive game against Harbour on Saturday.
Sure. I was just going to mention Ellis Brown there because obviously there was disappointment with Ricardo Denanga leaving, and that's perfectly understandable given the season he's had and the consistency he's added to his game. But at the same time, it has given an opportunity to Ellis now. He doesn't have Ricardo in front of him, which, in some senses, he's been hard to get past to get into the team. Ellis has got that opportunity now. He's shown signs of taking that, at least in these couple of games. You need it consistently, though. Yeah,
he's come in there and, Ellis works hard at his game, and he just needs to understand certain situations and areas that he finds himself in, how to make the best use of himself. He's got through tonight and, probably should score a goal or 2. But Saturday he's getting us up the field and earning restart moments and corners. And you see off the back of, I think, for Jimmy's goal there, where he's, really driven into the grass and got us another free kick. He gets us a penalty on Saturday. And then Crano with his delivery. And if it's at the level he's capable of, it's really difficult to defend. And Jimmy's met the header really, really well. So finding us moments and situations like that is brilliant. Hopefully we can develop Ellis in a similar way to Ricardo, and hopefully he can go on to the similar sort of level.
Kevin, we thank you as always for your time. We look forward to seeing you here in a similar spot. We'd like a similar scoreline, but we'll certainly take a similar result against Harbour Town on Saturday. Thanks very much.